But now moving swiftly on, for all you stargazers out there, it is a very, very special week, because if you look up to the skies all week long, you'll be able to see the International Space Station. For more information about that, and to tell us more about it rather, it's Professor David Moore!
David Moore! How are you, sir? Come on in. You're very welcome. Good to see you. Sit yourself down there.
So the ISS, first of all, what exactly is it for anyone who might be a little bit unsure?
Well, it's mankind's first outpost in space. This is where we'll go to see Mars. People have been up there for about 15 years now, and they've been studying the effects of weightlessness on themselves, building the space station itself, and doing lots of experiments.
Look at this.
It looks pretty impressive.
It's a huge laboratory in space. We'll see a picture in a minute of just how big it is compared to a football stadium. The solar panels you can see there are wider than the wingspan of a jumbo jet, and there's at least 6 of those.
And there you go, over.
And there it is. Yeah, look at the size compared to a football field there, and it's quite tall as well. There's room for about 12 astronauts, but they only keep 6 on it at the moment, because there's no space shuttles anymore to take people up and down. We have to rely on Russian spacecraft, and there's some new spacecraft being built that will go up and take the Americans as well.
I was going to say, it's incredible to think something that size is up there orbiting the Earth right now.
And when you see it fly over, it's absolutely incredible. I mean, if you can see the brightest star in the sky, the space station at least 10 times brighter than that, and I've seen it flare up to be 100 times brighter than the brightest star in the sky. It's absolutely breathtaking to watch. It'll fly over tonight at about 17 minutes past 7, but it's a different time every night. So, you know, it was 6 minutes past 8 last night, for instance.
Okay.
So you need to check out our website, astronomy.ie, to find the time to see it every night till next Monday.
Astronomy.ie. And is it just once per night you get to see it?
So, usually, but tonight, in fact, if you stay up till 8:53, an hour and a half later, you'll get to see it again. But this time when it's coming up, it will fade and vanish because it's going into the Earth's shadow. We only see it because it's catching the sunlight 400 kilometres above the ground. And you won't see all those solar panels. You'll only see a very bright star-like object.
Now, how long did it actually take to make the space shuttle? I mean, what was the construction process like?
I think we have some footage of that. You'll see in 1998 they started out, so what's that, 16 years ago, just launching one module about the size of a truck, each module about 10 or 20 tons, and then there were dozens of space shuttle missions that took the different parts up. They unfurled the solar panels, added on all the laboratories, the crew sleeping quarters, and till it becomes the space station that we see today. It's finished now.
You mentioned the sleeping quarters. Where exactly are the quarters in relation to kind of the ISS, and how do they sleep?
Well, there are several different sleeping quarters. The Russians have theirs. The European Space Agency and other space agencies have different sections as well. They sleep basically in sleeping bags that are more or less velcroed to the side of the wall, because you float around in space, and unless you're fixed, apparently the fear of bumping into something during the night means you won't get any sleep. So they actually stick the sleeping bags to the wall. So each astronaut has his own little cubicle with a sleeping bag built in, and a few little personal effects as well.
And how long would an astronaut stay up there once they get up to the space station? Is it a long stay?
Yeah, now it is, because there aren't any space shuttles. They stay up now for 6 months, and there's 2 sets of 3 astronaut crews. One have been up for 5 months at the moment. A new one just went up a month ago with the first woman that's been on the space station for a long time, Elena Serova, who's a Russian. There are 3 Russians on board, 1 German, and 2 Americans at the moment. And the first crew of 3 will come down next month. So there's crews coming up and going down all the time. Sometimes we can see that happen.
Tell you what, it's an exciting place to be. I would love to get up there someday. But
well, if you have $30 million, you can buy 10 days up on the space station.
Astronomy.ie, once again, /ISS. We can find out all about it. David, thank you so much for coming in.
My pleasure.